Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Shut Up, We're Getting Married. Today we plan on talking a little bit more about finances, so that can be your favourite topic.
Yep.
Budgeting, what else?
Everything to do with money.
There you have it. Enjoy.
Enjoy, my friends. Hello, everyone. This week we are banning the word money. Because money is probably going to come up a lot in this podcast. I am losing 4-1. No, 4-0.
4-0, yeah.
And one of the weeks was a draw.
And you're going to struggle even more this week because money is like your favourite word. It's probably one of the words you use most in the world.
Yeah, it probably is one of the words I use most in the world. But that's why we've chosen to discuss it today with you all. So, hang on tight and listen in. Okay, so today we're talking about how much things cost at a wedding, how much you spend on random stuff. So I thought a good place to start maybe would be talking about how much we've spent on ours and kind of what, you know, the budget we have.
Yeah, well how did we get to our budget? We set a budget, didn't we?
Yes.
And
how did we do that?
We got this book. I think we mentioned this book before. We got gifted a book when we got engaged, which was like a wedding planning book. And it had like a budgeting thing. And we said we were so shook when we were looking through it and it was like 3 pages long.
Yep.
So what we did was we went through that and kind of guessed how much everything would cost.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
To get like a rough budget. And I think we saw some like tips. I don't know if it's in the book or somewhere else. It was like aim for like set your budget as, what was it, like 10% more than what you actually want to spend or something?
No, it was 2,000 more than what it said.
Was it 2,000?
Yeah, it was $2,000 more, yeah.
Or aim to spend 2,000 less, probably.
No. It was work out whatever your budget is,
yeah,
and then add £2,000 to it. That was the rule of thumb.
And that's kind of how we roughly got to our budget.
Yes. But this book, it had kind of like everything in it, and then it had a little space next to it where you could fill out what the kind of
estimation was, and an actual budget.
So we went through and kind of guessed how much things would cost.
And I don't know where we got those figures from. Some of them were right.
Yeah, I mean, I guessed that a DJ would cost £200.
Didn't cost £200.
Our DJ cost near on 1,000.
No, that was with a photo booth. I mean, it still wasn't £200.
It was like 700 quid.
Yeah, but that was with a photo booth.
Yeah. What else did what else? Some stuff. The dress I was way off with.
Way off with the dress.
Yeah, because the dress costs loads, and I didn't know this. I thought it was going to be like 800 quid.
No, we have very different ideas about the cost of certain things as well, though.
Yeah.
Don't we?
We do, yeah. You think a wedding dress should cost a lot.
Yeah.
I disagree.
You think I should rent it?
I think you should either go for a rental.
No.
Or potentially one that's already been worn by someone, a hand-me-down. Maybe Vinted, Depop. To get your dress. But anyway, that's how we did it, and we come to the conclusion that our wedding was going to cost us around, what was it, like 16,000, something like that?
Yeah,
pounds?
I think we said 16, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
But under 20.
Yeah,
we're not going past that.
No, because guys, and I'm not even sugarcoating it here. You can just keep spending, can't you? There's so many things.
You absolutely could, and fair play if you've got the budget or you've been gifted money or something like that. I am envious, so envious.
Well, there's always something else, isn't there?
There's
always something more. There's always something else that you can spend it on. There's always something more. You could add another bouquet of flowers. You could add another. You could get the next best, the better version of the flowers. You could get the better version of this, the worst version of that. Like, there's always money that you can.
Ah, you just shafted yourself again.
Oh God,
so silly.
This is
and I never even
rough.
Noticed. I never even picked up on it.
This is rough. We are not doing this in series 2. There's an exclusive for you. This game dies. in this series. Anyway, there's always more that you can spend, right?
Yep.
And there's always more that, you know, you can just go for better versions of stuff and things like that, you know? But yeah, we really thought things were going to cost a lot less, didn't we?
No, we were doing all right.
We are doing all right, but I mean, shall we
it's-
give the listeners a bit of an oversight as to like what the big expenditure is?
Yeah.
So you got your venue, right?
That was what we did. I think we said that before. What we did. Do you know my picture?
I love it. Delightful.
Thank you.
Yeah, go on.
We, I think we said before, we based it round the venue, didn't we? Because we were like, that for us, we know is going to be the biggest expense.
Yeah, so venue and catering.
Yeah. I don't even know how we decided how much that was going to cost. Oh, 50%. 50%. We said we weren't going to spend more than 50%.
Oh yeah,
on
we
that.
did.
Yeah.
So what? That's about an £8,000 mark.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah,
the spreadsheet.
We spent more than that.
Have we?
Yeah. The venue's 3,500 and the catering's 5,000, so there's 8,500. We've gone over by 500 quid, but that's fine. That's fine.
That was a green one though.
That's fine. Carry on.
That was a green one though.
Carry on.
Well, I had my spreadsheet and it was colour coordinated. So if it was within budget.
The spreadsheet, can I just add? The spreadsheet, the green, what she means by the green one
I was
is
just
that they
about
were
to
colour...
explain
No, but I'm
that.
going to say why it was green, but still 8.5. Because we said, let's give ourselves under 9. Do you remember?
9 was orange.
There you
and
go.
Then anything
Under
10
was green.
red.
Exactly. So what other big expenses were there, baby? Venue, catering.
Venue, catering, that was the biggest one.
DJ was a big one. All of these are kind of in the kind of, I would say, £600 to £1,000 mark for us.
Maybe
1,500, let's say.
Yeah.
Photographer. If you're going for a videographer, that would be in there.
Yeah, flowers would be in there. We
Decorations.
obviously gone decoration. He's licking your trousers.
That's okay.
Decorations. That's in there.
Yeah. Then you've got the dress, obviously, and hair and makeup potentially. And I would recommend, I really would recommend getting these booked in and out the way early doors, didn't we? We just attacked it and just looked right. Because then you've got a budget, haven't you? You then go, okay, that's going to cost X amount. We can now start to go, right, let's look at the little stuff and we can make them as expensive as we want to.
Well, we know how much we've paid, like in terms of deposits, and how much we've got left outstanding. So we know how much money we need.
How much what? Yes, I needed that. I needed that. Carry on, babe, sorry.
How much cash we need.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's one of those things that you've just got to be, I think, really careful with, keep a track of.
Yeah.
You've got to keep, we've got a tracker, a literal calculator that's also a part of the spreadsheet.
Automatically update.
Yeah, it's like the spreadsheet's little sister, isn't it?
Due dates in.
Yeah, it's all that jazz. And I think you got to keep track of it because otherwise you really can lose control.
Absolutely.
And you could lose yourself in it. And that's one thing you don't want to do, is get lost in the moment with this kind of stuff. Otherwise, what was that?
No, I was going to sing, but I decided against it.
Well, go on, go for an a cappella now.
His arms were heavy, knees weak, palms were heavy.
Mum, spaghetti!
Mum and I said it already.
So we've got a rendition of Lose Yourself in the music, The Moment, by Eminem, covered by Pip over here, Pip Squeak. Well done. Maybe we could, record that at the end of the podcast, put it in or something like that.
Vomit on his sweater already. Mom, spaghetti. He's nervous.
Shut up. We're here to talk about finances and you're going on about Eminem. Right. Okay, cool. So, I've completely lost where we were even meant to be now, you. Yeah, you could lose yourself. Yeah, I was talking to one of the Three Stooges. I bring them up every week.
I know.
Braden Grace, about their wedding. And I remember Grace simply saying, we didn't set a budget. So, and I think they went a bit all out, didn't they? Finance
Yeah,
wise, they
yeah,
had some
yeah.
lovely stuff on theirs
Amazing.
that, you know, they threw some down. But I think that's because Grace, you know, as you say, just went, I'm not thinking about it.
That's
What I want, I'm going to get. And
yeah.
that's what I wanted to ask you. I met up with a friend for a beer a couple of weeks ago now, and we were having a chat. And he was kind of saying to his fiance's mum, he was kind of saying, should we have canapes or should we have evening food? And she said, well, why don't you just have both, kind of thing, right? The mum. And he kind of said, yeah, because, you know, your wedding day is not a day to kind of skimp out on stuff. And I kind of said to him back, yeah, you are right, but there are, you know, there is a balance, right? There is a line, because otherwise you can literally start spending like £30,000. Do you know what I mean?
And the rest.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like you can literally just keep on throwing money at it, and I've said it again. I've said it again.
Rocky.
Yeah, you can keep on throwing cash at it, and you know it just keeps adding up. So I think there is a line. You don't want to skimp out and go on the cheap, do you?
No, it's obviously like you only do it once. You don't want it to be cheap and rubbish and stuff like that. But equally, it's just a day. It's one day. We've both said we'd rather put money into like getting a house or going on a honeymoon and stuff like that, haven't we?
Yeah.
But I think, you know, you said like, oh, you'll end up spending £30,000. I think that's like the average cost of a wedding.
30,000.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
30,000. Yeah, that is so much. That's what I mean, and that is on one day. But you want it to be such a lovely day and a great day for you guys. But of course, that is so much money that could go towards the deposit of a house and stuff. And we've often spoke about stuff that, you know, we've seen the cost of some stuff and gone, do you know what? What we're going to do is we are very simply going to kind of not get that so we can put it towards a honeymoon, haven't we? Because that's something for us that we want to do, and we're doing this day and spending all this, you know, cash on this day, and we'd rather, you know, do it for us a little bit. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, next, what should we talk about next, baby?
What's on the agenda?
Well, next on the agenda, we kind of covered it, was how much we thought things would cost versus how much they actually do cost. But as I say, we've kind of covered that, you know?
Yep.
Haven't we really? So we looked at some outrageous wedding expenses ideas. What did you have? Did you come up with any?
No, you were looking them up.
I was looking them up, but we spoke about, there was some funny ones, like people buying like a tiara.
Yeah.
An expensive tiara. People spending money on exits and entrances.
Like horses.
Well, I found a few on BuzzFeed that I would like to share with everyone now, because I thought they could really be funny. Okay, so give me a second. Let me find these. All right, so I'm going to read this out to you. Okay.
All right.
This is something I found online. Okay, so it says, former LA caterer here, so she's obviously from LA, okay, and catering this wedding. She said, I once saw a couple who A, rented out Nobu in Malibu for the ceremony, rented out a 3-story nightclub in Hollywood for the reception, and had a 6-foot-high cake that cost upwards of 80 grand.
Wow.
And her dress was easily 100 grand. It then says that they had so much leftover crystal champagne that she took home 4 bottles.
Wow. I mean, the cake alone is like 4 times the cost of what we want to spend.
Well, I thought you'd go straight to the cake. That's the one I would remember when I said when we were eating dinner. I was like, I'm not going to tell you. 80 grand cake.
But
how do you feel about
like
that?
A fun night.
It does sound like a fun night, but Jesus.
Why would you have your ceremony at a restaurant?
I don't know.
Maybe it's very pretty.
Yeah, rented out Nobu Malibu for the ceremony in Malibu. But yeah, £80,000 cake.
I don't even know what crystal champagne is. That just screams poor.
That screams poverty, does
Yeah.
it? Crystal champagne.
What is crystal champagne?
Yeah, well, I don't know either, to be honest, and we won't be having it at our wedding, put it that way. Okay, I've got another one. Do you want another one?
Yep.
All right. A high school friend of mine had a massive, elaborate wedding dress with a huge train. Anyone that doesn't know a train is like, what is it?
You know what a train
No, but just
is.
explain
the
it.
The long bit at the end of the bottom of
that
the
like
dress,
hangs back. Wasn't it like
behind
Kate Was it Kate or Pippa Middleton?
Well, it wasn't Pippa Middleton.
Kate Middleton at the wedding had like a ridiculous one at the royal wedding. Maybe it was
Diana.
Megan, Diana maybe.
One
One of them had a ridiculous train that went all the way back.
I think it was Diana.
Yeah. So anyway, this is saying a high school friend of mine had a massive elaborate wedding dress with a huge train, then changed out of it for the reception. Fine, people do that. But into another dress with another huge train. So then she had an attendant hired from the venue just to follow her around and guard the back of her dress so no one would step on it.
Yeah, and you're moaning about me getting one dress and mine two.
What are your thoughts on that, babe?
A bit extra, isn't it? The first one sounds more fun.
Well, just a bit. Okay, so what would you rather then? An 80 grand wedding cake or someone to follow you around making sure you train others?
I don't want someone following me around anyway. It's not about what I would rather. I actively do not want someone following me around all day.
Yeah, I know. That is a bit crazy, isn't it?
Sorry, I just saw the words pyrotechnics and we absolutely have to do that.
Okay, well, let me go to the next one. Okay, this is the last one I've got prepared for you guys. Pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
They had fireworks shoot out of the centerpieces at each table as they entered the reception. Mum and Dad paid big money for that. They had to have extra insurance and a whole team there. It lasted less than 2 minutes and the marriage lasted slightly longer.
Oh my God.
So these guys had centerpieces on each table with fireworks in them that set alight to create a fireworks show lasting 2 minutes.
I'm not surprised they needed extra insurance. If no one caught on fire, they'd probably give someone a heart attack.
I know, but like, why? See, this is the thing, right?
Nah, pyrotechnics, wild, love it. That's the best idea.
But even if I had, you'd rather that over the 8 grand cake. I'd rather the cake.
Pyro, that'd be sick.
Or the crystal champagne. No, my opinion on that is that even if I had that amount of money to do that, I wouldn't do that
Nah.
with. That is throwing... I've just said it again, by the way. That is throwing...
You're literally so rubbish.
No, I feel like I've given up now.
You're so bad at this.
I've just given up now because
You're literally so bad
it's
at this.
over for me, isn't it?
I haven't even been trying. And you still lost.
I feel like that is, throwing cash away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like centerpiece pyrotechnics that like
unnecessary.
Blow up when you're, I don't know, when your last speech or whatever, or a toast, or
Can you imagine that? That'd be so funny if you're doing a speech and it's just like choo choo.
I know, but I just don't know why you would do that. But there you go. They are my 3 kind of crazy little stories that I saw from online that I just thought I had to share with everyone.
Giving us some good ideas.
Yeah. Now, the last thing, just to bring it back to us, that I wanted to kind of, add in here, because I do think is important, is what, baby?
All the kind of little things that you need to consider and that do add up and creep the prices up of the overall day.
Yeah. Well, what are some of those little things?
Everything, every little detail that you think about, you need to pay for.
Well, let's name some. What are they?
Well,
Signs?
signs, they're not even that little. They're quite clearly something you have to pay for.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
what?
the stationery. So that's
Right.
save the dates, invites, menus, order of service, name cards. What are the little gifts you give people? Wedding favours.
Favours, yep.
Tissues, flower petals. What else?
There's going to be stuff on the table, right? Scratch card we were talking about.
That's wedding favours.
Oh, right. What about the phone idea we want?
Yeah, that.
Just
Guest books. Any other little detail?
Have you already said the seating plan?
Yeah.
Right. We want a sweet cart.
Sweet cart.
These things just cost, and they add up and up and up and up until eventually, you know, all those little things have added up to like $2,500.
That's what I start singing again.
Don't sing One Direction. We'll do that as a sing out. No, but they all just add up and up and up and up and up until eventually you're like, what on earth's going on? Because that's where you can get carried away as well, I think. Because you look at something, you think, oh, it's only 50 quid.
People do things like buy fans for every guest or flip-flops or...
That's what I was reading. Another one of them, BuzzFeed, yeah, it said that...
You've got a hair on your eyelash.
Oh.
Don't move. There you go.
Thank you. Another one of those BuzzFeed things was saying like that the father came in of the bride and got all the groomsmen watches. They all had designer like watches, and all the women got like handbags, designer handbags or something.
Bloody
all
heck.
the bridesmaids. Mental.
It's not going to be us.
No, it won't.
Sorry, guys.
It will not be us. But anyway, on that bombshell, I think we should move on to our tip of the week, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, it's that time again. Our final tip of the week today. Off you go, babe.
Ready?
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Ooh, that is a really good one, isn't it? What do you think that means?
I don't know. What do you think?
Trust your gut.
It's kind of self-explanatory. Do you know what I think?
Yeah, well, actually, I don't really know what that has to do with anything.
That's what I mean. What are you trusting your gut about?
Does it mean in wedding preparation?
Yeah,
Does it mean on the day? Because I feel like on the day, there's going to be a lot of anxieties involved, right? And I don't think your gut or your head is necessarily going to be telling you the right things.
So you disagree with the tip?
No, I don't necessarily. But you hear all these stories about people having cold feet.
Yep.
Leaving people at the altar. Not saying I'm going to do that to you. But don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they must have wanted to get married to this person, but they just...
There you go. It's like a little fortune.
Oh, yeah, a little fortune there. But yeah, they just...
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm not saying that's necessarily the right thing. Don't put that near him. The right thing...
No, I think you do have to trust your gut.
Every situation. So maybe be selective about when you trust your gut.
Yeah, be selective when you trust your gut. If you're hungry, then yeah, go and have some cake.
If you've had too much to drink, maybe stop.
Yeah, but no, I do. I've always found that weird, like how, like, you know, I can't wait for the wedding, right?
Maybe it's more like be true to yourself. So in terms of like what you want to wear, how elaborate you want the day to be, and that kind of thing.
No, that's a good point. I just think, like, look, listen, I can't wait for the wedding. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm buzzing, but I know on the day I'm gonna panic. I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna,
Trust
be
your gut.
worried.
Cry.
I don't know why I'm gonna be worried. Do you know what I'm really worried about?
What?
Keep thinking someone in the kind of, if someone objects to these people getting married, speak now.
Who is gonna object?
I don't know. I just keep having flashbacks.
Flashbacks?
No,
What?
not flashbacks. Like, I don't know, like images of someone like piping up there. I don't even know who. Do you know who it was last time?
Who?
It was Mia. I know. Mia's my little niece, who's like 4
years old.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily have an image of her like putting her hand up and going, I object. I just had an image of her like saying something in that moment when everyone's silent. Like, why is everyone quiet? And then me being like, oh, Mia.
That's fine.
No, I know, but, you know, you just think about stuff. Anyway, let's get back to trust your gut. And yeah, trust your gut, because you wanted your wedding day at the start, you know, and trust that everything's going to be fine.
You've only got one gut, so you might as well trust it.
Exactly. Right, let's move on to my favourite part of the week, totting up the scores.
Right, well, you've done rubbish again this week.
Yep.
I wasn't even trying.
Nope.
And you lost 3-1.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Absolutely horrible.
All right, well.
It's 4-5-0,
5.
and we've only recorded 6 episodes. There's no way back. I can't win.
What do you mean we've recorded 6?
Oh, no, it's
5-0, 5 out of 5 episodes.
No, because we had 1 draw. So it must be 4-0.
4, yeah.
It's 4-0 to you. We've recorded 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
You could still come back from
There's 5 episodes left of the series. If I win every single episode, I would win 5-4. Game on. Istanbul incoming. My football friends will get that one. Right, and on that note, let's say our goodbyes. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for tuning in this week to Shut Up.
We're getting married.
We are indeed, baby. It was an absolute delight to talk about all things finances with you. I really, really enjoyed it.
Did you get it off your chest?
I got it off my chest, yeah. Maybe now I can just enjoy spending freely. But yeah, hope you enjoyed some of the extravagant stories there. Please do rate, subscribe, like, follow, whatever it is you are on at the moment. And thank you so much for tuning in and listening in to our journey. We're absolutely loving recording this podcast with you guys. So yeah, have a lovely couple of weeks, and we will see you again soon.